Past 12, Thursday, 6th of October. And each and every Thursday, I have the privilege of catching up with a compadre of ours, Sir Carl Williams. Hello,
Hello.
mate. Afternoon. How you doing, buddy? You all gravy?
The Thursday a little bit early, but we'll get there at some point.
Oh, I tell you what, mate, so good to catch up with you this week. I feel, lots going on in the world, lots of excitement, a lot of apprehension, cost of living crisis, the nights are drawing in. This week, lots of people talking about how the weather's affecting their mental health. Great to see lots of people, though, out and about on bikes, running, of course, this weekend as well. We had a few people going to Ironman Barcelona. Congratulations to Mark Edwards, Graham Williams, Will as well from Beggars Reach. Well done to you guys. And so many people doing the Cardiff Half. Congratulations to Alex Smith, Steve Bartram, to name but a few, some good friends of ours. Zoe Coleman as well from Pure West Radio did it. Well done, Zoe. So, I mean, lots of highs and lows at the moment, it feels, Carl.
Yeah, look, it's fantastic. All these people taking it upon themselves to do better. Taking it upon themselves to try and beat their personal records, to try and improve their mindset and push themselves out of their comfort zone. It comes down to this area of comfort zone. When there's good times and bad times, the only thing that we can kind of really do to keep progressing and keep in a positive mindset is to push those barriers. It's very easy to sit back. It's very easy to blame things. And don't get me wrong, the weather does affect us and the environment does affect us and the cost of living does affect us. I'm one of those people who just had a big rant of a 6-time hike increase.
I did see.
You know what? It's crazy.
Nope, I'm not paying that. Hey, make your stand. Why not?
Oh, they're coming up with every excuse under the book, but essentially, I'm not having it. It's not something I'm having it, and it does affect you. All these little things do affect you, but what it comes down to is, am I going to stand for it, or am I going to make a stance? And making a stance in this mindset, in this particular way, is I'm getting up in the morning and I'm going to do something. It doesn't matter how I'm feeling. I'm going to take action to improve my current situation. And these people are doing that with their runs. They're doing it with their Ironman. It's the epitome of how much do you respect yourself. Picking an event is how much do I feel that I need to be doing this, and how much value is it going to bring me to do something which is above and beyond what I would normally do. And this is the way that I think is really important for people to start looking at things moving forward. Gone are the times where we think we can just go through life and just get through and just get up and this day be the same as the last and be the same as the next. I think we really need to, in this time and age where we're at right now, we need to make a positive effort of going, how am I going to make today a better day or make it extraordinary? That's the thing we need to think about right now.
And I think people signing up for, Cardiff Halves, London Marathons, Ironmen, okay, very different events, but especially I think the Cardiff Half is a real good one. It's down the road. It's only an hour and a bit to travel away. It's wonderful. It's like-minded people, a lot of Welsh people, of course, friends and family, but also it's realistic. It's something that we can all accomplish if we set our mind to it. But it's ultimately given that goal to these people, isn't it? Just to going, this is what I'm going to work towards, and this is why I'm going to do it. And I think this is why they're so popular on social media when they're there with their medal. I've done it, because everyone's just so pleased and chuffed for them, aren't they?
Of course they are. It's a great achievement. And like we're saying, these things are achievable, but they're not achievable without effort and consistency. And we always say all the time, nothing in life is worth gaining if it's unless you try for it, unless you work for it. If you get given everything, then it's when you're sat there, you never feel the same as if you've worked for it, and you've come from nothing, and you've put in the effort, and you've created something. What you're doing events, Tove, we do events. And if we could just say come somewhere and turn up, and you've got a full club every single night. Do you know what? You'd probably stop doing it after 3 weeks, because you'd have no sense of accomplishment, no sense of achievement. People doing these events, people, going above and beyond, pushing their bodies to a higher limit. We are an active person. We're a species where we need to keep moving. We need to keep developing. And if we don't do anything, our body breaks down. We can't sit still and stay the same. We're a functioning organism that actually needs to move and needs to progress. Otherwise, it gets worse. So we need to be setting these targets. And if we don't set these targets, then we run the risk of falling into these type of things, whether it be unhealthiness, whether it is depression, whether it is kind of losing the ability to work or kind of fund your living because of the cost of living. You need to be pushing yourself. And if you're not pushing yourself, or you're not having that self-respect to do more, then that's where the problem is going to come in from.
And some of the most simplest things, I think I recall this from a few years back, Carl, or maybe during sort of the earlier stage when we did this weekly talks. It's just making your bed can just be one of the most simplest things, that you can do in the morning. You've accomplished something. So on to the next thing. Make the kids breakfast. Make yourself a good, healthy breakfast. It's just those little things that can make such a big difference. And I mean, how does someone go about, picking a realistic target for them and giving them something to work towards?
Yeah, it's the psychological mini steps, the milestones it is. And for every single person, it is different. And listen, I know we're saying all we've got to do is take action. But, I understand that there's people out there that they cannot get out of bed. They open their eyes and they just want to close their eyes, and that is a difficult scenario. So maybe, you know what, for you people in that situation, and there's lots of people who have been there, maybe you don't get out of bed. Maybe you sit up in your bed. Maybe you open your curtains and you sit in your bed and you just build those steps. But what you should do, and what we can all do, is we can see, right, what is in the realm of acceptable for me? What do I feel is a standard day? What do I feel I can do without trying and putting too much effort in on a regular daily basis? And you write these things down. And if that's where you're at, when you've got your 3 things on your list, your 10 things on your list, or your 20 things on your list, when you have your average breaking point, that is then where you go, okay, now where do I make a difference from here? So if you're used to doing 5 things in a day, and that's a good day for you, then guess what? You've got to have 6 or 7 things on your list from now on. If it's 20, it's 24. If it's 1, it's 3. This is what we've got to do. We've got to look at what is reasonable and acceptable and expectable of ourselves. And then from there, we make our own parameters, we make our own aims and our own goals. And that's how we progress.
Lots of love for this one. Helen Marie and Karis Jenkins, thanks so much. I think, this is strike a real chord today, I think, Carl, because it's relatable to everybody. And I mean, everyone, it doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing, what is going on in the world right now is affecting everybody. We've just had the death of a monarch that has been a part of our society for some 70 years. We're going through the toughest time post-pandemic. The cost of living, the price at the pumps, the price of everything. There's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry on people's minds. So now is the time to make that change, isn't it?
It is. There is no other, if you get... Listen, this is the be all and end all. If you get through the next 12 months, you'll get through anything in your life. We won't need to do this show ever again, right? Because if you get through this, you have the substance. You know that you have the heart. You know that you have the mental capacity to get through anything. But you know what? Sometimes it takes these type of things in order to actually believe in yourself. But realistically, it is a difficult time. And this is when we need to stand up and be accounted for in ourselves. And what we've got to do, if you can't do it for yourself, and I don't mean this in a derogative way, but if you don't respect yourself enough to do something right now about you, then forget about you. Let's think about your family. Don't do it for you. Let's do it for your kids. Let's do it for your parents. Let's do it for your cousins. Let's do it for your neighbors. Let's do it for the carers that, down the road. Let's do it for somebody else. Because if we can then do it to help somebody else, guess what? Then we start feeling a bit better about ourselves, and then we can work on ourselves a bit more. So there is always an opportunity there to better yourself, whether it's through bettering somebody else or bettering yourself first. But you've got to figure out what works for you and where you're at, and then you've got to take action on it. Take action, take action, take action.
Love it. And also, of course, many different ways you can approach this as well. Reach out to us if you want more information on how Carl can help you. It's all related, the fitness, the well-being, the food, the nutrients, getting that exercise. You've got to tick all the boxes, not just one or two. Carl, great catching up with you this week, buddy. Always fabulous getting a download of a small snippet of your brain, and hopefully that's energized and giving people the positivity, the get up and go. Lots of love for this one today. Thanks a lot for your time, buddy. Always great to catch up.
Great stuff, Tom. Just before we go, just to let people know, I've got a live on tonight. And if you've ever been part of any of the classes or the 12-week transformations that we've ever done, I have something for the community because of what's going on. I've got something for free for the next 60 days for anybody that's ever done anything with us before. Okay, fantastic. So watch out. I got a live 7 o'clock this evening. You do not want to miss this before Christmas, helping you out.
Great stuff. Yeah, get in shape before you pile it all back on, and but at the moment, get motivated. It's a great time. So 7 o'clock tonight on your personal Facebook. Is that, Carl?
On my personal Facebook, yeah.
Wicked. Get him a like, get him a follow. Carl Williams at Synergy. Same time next week, buddy. Look forward to it.
See you later. Bye, guys. Take care.
Carl Williams, Synergy Talks. We do it each and every Thursday, 12:15.